A Brentwood family doesn't let the Paris terrorist attacks spoil their vacation to the City of Lights.
Donald Trump on the stump in Williamson County.
And not one, but 2 state titles for the Bruins. Channel 9 News starts now. Good afternoon, Brentwood High School. I'm Andrew Fischer.
And I'm Caitlin Alexander. Here's what's making news.
It was the deadliest attack in Paris since World War II. 129 people were killed as terrorists set off bombs and opened fire on November 13th. As WBHS 9's Abby Williams reports, the attacks were felt as far away as Brentwood.
It's been a stressful few weeks for Joel Williams and his family. In late September, they booked a trip to Paris, but on November 13th, terrorists struck the French capital, leading Williams to wonder if a European vacation was safe.
I was a little hesitant, but we did watch the news and we monitored the situation as best we could, and then felt it was probably as safe now as ever to come.
But now, with a massive police presence, Paris may be the safest place in the world.
I think security has been increased all over the city. I think immediately the response was that there were about 1,500 military which were deployed, and there was about 7,000 police agents on the street.
And since we've been here, we've noticed the police presence and the army presence everywhere, so it's reassured us that it is a safe place to be right now.
In addition to police, there are also memorials everywhere. Flowers, candles, and signs were placed outside each of the bombing sites, including this restaurant. Blue, white, and red lights lit up the Eiffel Tower as well.
Watching this as a tourist was incredible. Watching all the French people come together was very moving.
Things like that can happen here, even here in Europe. So people here just felt that they are very unsafe, but life is stronger than death.
Just 2 weeks after the attacks, the flowers at the memorials are still growing. In Paris, I'm Abby Williams, WBHS 9 News.
A Brentwood dentist is honoring the victims in his own way. Dr. David Snodgrass normally decks his Franklin Road home out for the holidays. But this year, he is using blue, white, and red lights to remember the 129 killed and 350 wounded. Blue, white, and red are the colors of the French flag. A Brentwood pastor is helping another community heal. David Sublime works at Brentwood United Methodist Church. This summer, he traveled to Charleston, South Carolina, the site of a mass killing at Emmanuel AME Church. 9 people were shot to death during a Bible study. Sublime describes what it was like to be there just days after the massacre.
When it happened, as a church, what we did, we said we're going to do 3 things. We're going to pray, we're going to do something, an act of love, and we were going to send a powerful message, somewhat saying, this is not the best of humanity. So we did pray that day in church. We had all the names of the people whose lives had been taken read out during worship, and a bell was sounded after every name was announced. We had a prayer shawl put at the altar for every person whose life had been taken. Then our members wrote cards for the families of those who had lost their lives. And we prayed. And then I went on behalf of the people of the church to take these packets. I wanted to go down there and meet with those people. That was what I wanted to do. I wanted to let them know we love them, that this was hard, and that we wanted to pray with them, and that we disagreed with what happened. And so I was down there, and I came with my bag, and people were crying. We held hands and just prayed and kept quiet. It was a very moving time.
The Brentwood community was overwhelming in their desire to reach out to the families of the victims, sending over 1,000 cards of sympathy and support.
He's loud, proud, and leading in all the presidential campaigns. Donald Trump recently brought his campaign to the factory at Franklin. Our Rosie Gunger was there.
On Saturday, the Franklin factory was pumped for Donald Trump. Trump's political rally was opened by the Gatlin brothers and a prayer from Reverend Wilson, while many stood outside in the rain.
Maybe thousands, right? Thousands. Outside, and I was just doing a lot of selfies. The woman said, "I've been here, Mr. Trump, in the rain for 4 hours. Could I have a selfie?" And my people said, "No, no, no." I said, "Absolutely, you can."
The rally began with two promises: that Trump would make America great again,
And I said, let's go do it. Let's make this country great. Because it takes guts. It takes guts.
and that he would bring the hostages in Iran home.
After that election, if I win. That I can tell you, because Iran knows it's going to be a whole different ballgame.
Trump talked about his immigration policy.
So we're going to build a wall, and it's going to be impenetrable. It will be a real wall. And we're going to take care of our Border Patrol people because they are great and they're not allowed to do their job. They're not allowed to do their job.
His view on welfare.
Do you see what's happening to your premiums? They're going up 40, 50%. Do you see what's going on? When Obamacare kicks in, it's going to be unbelievable for our country. Unbelievably bad. So expensive. So we're going to repeal Obamacare.
And his support of the Second Amendment.
We'll make America great again and strong again, right?
Whether or not his speeches were good, his followers had full faith in him as a president.
And this morning I went out and bought a brand new car so I could drive to Nashville and come to the Trump rally because we're big Trump supporters. We think that America needs a change and that we think he's the right guy to make that change.
We need to have it to where this country is a great leader in the world again. And Trump will make that happen when he's elected.
Rosalie Gunger, WBHS 9 News.
Still to come, we'll stroke across Percy Priest Lake with our BHS rowing team.
But first, find out what caused a group of people to freeze at the Nashville Farmers Market.
You're watching WBHS 9 News.
It's my dad. Hey, Dad.
Daddy! With the attacks on Paris and strings of shootings across the U.S., the world sure could use a little kindness. WBHS 9's Kira Lee has more on how people in Nashville are doing their part.
Keep the smile on your face.
On a seemingly normal Sunday afternoon at the Nashville Farmers Market, a group of people dressed in orange paused, frozen in different acts of kindness.
At first I didn't know what it was, I thought, and then I couldn't figure out where the music was coming from. But I was kind of fascinated with them.
Little did the surprised marketgoers know, this freeze mob was going on worldwide. Spanning across 45 countries in 90 different cities, participants came together to perform a kindness freeze mob and flash mob to the same song and the same dance, all on the same day. This event was the 4th annual Dance for Kindness, and thanks to the group leader Malou Debut, Music City's first year to join.
Basically, I've been having a really rough time lately with my father and everything, and I just wanted something to cheer me up. So I went on YouTube, and dance and music usually cheers me up. So went on YouTube, looked up the music video for Shut Up and Dance With Me, and it really hyped me up so much, and I saw this link for YouTube Dance for Kindness. video, and it got me so excited because they're happening all over the world. And I looked up the website, and Nashville's not in it. I'm like, Music City, of all places, is not in it.
After noticing this, Malou took initiative to form a Nashville group. People joined by paying an optional $5 fee to learn the dance through Life Fest Inside, a nonprofit organization dedicated to spreading kindness, helping people recognize their potential, and building self-esteem.
Life Vest Inside is the company that actually puts on the Dance for Kindness, organizes the flyers, the t-shirts, and they put on talks in schools about promoting kindness day to day, because often during the teenage years or during younger years, kids are not necessarily the kindest toward each other.
Through this education curriculum and their social media application, Life Fest Inside aims to spur an upward spiral of kindness. With such a meaningful cause, Malou and others were deeply inspired to participate.
I was contacted by Malou, and she told me about this event. As I was looking into it, I really got excited about it, right? And I really enjoyed the entire concept behind it and some of the research they did behind it, which was when people see an act of kindness, they have a tendency to reciprocate it, and they have a tendency to be more aware of kindness in their own lives.
This contagious quality of kindness created a positive atmosphere at the overall successful event.
I thought it was a great turnout. The leadership did a great job, and so we really enjoyed getting to know Malou and Rob. They did a great job, and so I love what this movement means and what it's all about. Like she said, we're just here to spread God's love and to spread kindness, and when you do that, it's a ripple effect.
Kira Lee, WBHS 9 News.
It's been a mild start to the fall.
We're going to send it over to Caleb Howard with a look at your forecast.
Thanks, Caitlin. Winter doesn't begin for a couple of weeks, but it's certainly been warm. And the National Weather Service predicts a warmer than normal December for Middle Tennessee, and the forecast bears that out. Expect mild temperatures and little to no chance of rain heading into the weekend. Starting back on Monday, we see temperatures rise up into the upper 50s and peak at around 59 degrees on Tuesday. So to sum it up, Andrew and Caitlin, no coats needed.
Thanks, Caleb.
Children with disabilities often struggle to find therapeutic programs that are both enjoyable and beneficial. As Channel 9's Emma Richards reports, there's one program that does both.
Over the weekend, WBHS 9 traveled to Franklin, Tennessee to attend the Saddle Up Super Show. Saddle Up is one of the area's oldest programs, offering aid to kids with disabilities through horse-based therapy.
Well, we offer, our core program is our recreational therapeutic riding program, and with that we focus on riding skills, and through riding skills kids also get a lot of benefits. For example, when you ride, you improve your core strength, and for a child with cerebral palsy, for example, that will help you with breathing, which helps you with speaking. It also helps you stand better. We have an actual therapy program in which we have physical therapy and occupational therapy, and it's just like you go to any therapy office, except the main treatment strategy is a horse.
This type of therapeutic strategy is unique because it allows both the participants and the parents to set goals that are both meaningful and individual.
Well, when Emily was born, we were looking for all kinds of good programs for her to participate in. And a lot of our friends were telling us about Saddle Up, and we thought, oh, that'll be fun. We should try it. And it'll be a lot of fun for Emily. And then we came out and gave it a try, and we fell in love instantly with the program. We noticed that she got maybe more therapy in 1 hour than we could accomplish in 3 or 4 hours easily. And for a child like Emily, she can't participate in a lot of organized sports, so this is an answer prayer for us.
Participants are given awards for their amazing riding.
In first place is Brian.
Emma Richards, WBHS 9 News.
Just ahead, students get a rare taste of life in the trenches.
And Brentwood is going to need a bigger trophy case. The championships just keep piling up.
My first kiss went a little like this, and twist, and twist.
Well, my first kiss went a little like this, and twist, and twist.
No more teachers and no more books. I got a kiss under the bleachers, hoping that nobody look. Lips like licorice, tongue like candy. Excuse me, Miss
EOS. It's the evolution of smooth.
They always told me I had my mother's eyes. Now I know why.
Is there anyone home? Come on down. I hear you're feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you.
A successful start to the year for Bruins athletics.
The boys golf team won its first state title, getting a little revenge against Knoxville Farragut, which beat Brentwood in the finals last year. Let's send it over to sports director Reed Smith with a look at the other titles Brentwood's won.
Coach Campbell is used to success as Brentwood's head volleyball coach, and this year was no different for the Lady Bruins.
For the Brentwood Bruins volleyball team, it's a celebration seen over and over and over, and over and over and over, and over and over, and yes, over and over again. 11 times now, the Lady Bruins have walked off the court carrying a state championship trophy, including last Friday night at MTSU.
It's not different. It is special. It is so special, and the others were too. And it's just each team is unique, you know, different adversities, different good times, and you know, the ending with a win, there's nothing better. And it feels awesome every time we've been able to do it.
For the second straight year, and second time in this tournament, BHS defeated Knoxville Farragut in 3 sets. In fact, the blue and gold didn't lose a set all week in Murfreesboro, defeating Ooltewah, Farragut, Siegel, then the Admirals again, 3-0.
The heartbeat of the team was in the timeout, and they weren't frantic. They were still relaxed. They were still confident. So I knew there was a good chance if we broke their serve, got served, that we were still in the game.
Brentwood was led by sophomore hitter Garrett Joyner with 18 kills and 7 digs. She walked off the court with a state title and MVP honors.
You saw us, we just dropped to the floor. We were so happy that we got it done in 3. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to sweep every team, and we wanted to just not lose a single game in state, and that's what we did, and it felt awesome.
This is the 3rd straight year Brentwood has won the volleyball tournament. They finished the season 52-3. Coach Campbell now has rings for all 10 fingers, plus 1 more.
I'd have to go on a toe, yeah. I gotta figure out how we do this. Yeah, toe ring.
Reed Smith, WBHS 9 Sports.
Brentwood volleyball wasn't the only team to assert dominance over the state. Here's Emma Richards with more on the cross-country team's success.
On Saturday, November 7th, hundreds gathered at Steeplechase for TSSAA's cross-country state championship. Brentwood, coming off of 2 first-place finishes at regionals, was ready to give it their all at this final meet.
2 weeks after the track season was over, we got together with both teams, and we know this date was 6 months away, so it was a big commitment.
Last season, the boys were the state runner-ups while the girls placed 6th.
Let's go, boys!
This year, both teams were hoping to raise their ranks, especially the boys, who had won 3 state meets in a row prior to 2014. As the race begins, the crowd erupts and the competition ignites. Brody Hasty, a sophomore at Brentwood, led the boys' race, while Haley Hendry, a senior, stayed at the top of the girls. All of the Brentwood runners maintained high places, and as the races came to their last mile, it looked as though both teams had a chance at placing. At around 15 minutes for the boys and 18 minutes for the girls, the runners began to make their final strides across the finish line. Both teams anticipated high finishes. For the boys' individual awards, Brody Hasty placed first, while twins Taylor and Jackson Vroon placed in the top 15. For the girls, Haley Hendry was the state runner-up. Along with amazing individual performances, the boys' team earned the state championship title, while the girls' team won runner-up.
We only had 2 people returning, me and Hannah Caldwell from last year, and so our team kind of came up from scratch, and for us to come out here and get second is actually pretty incredible, so I'm really proud of everyone.
It was a great day for both teams, and of course, Bruin Nation. Emma Richards, WBHS 9 News.
Some sports get all the attention, while others seem to fly under the radar. But WBHS 9's Rosie Gunger looks to shed some light on the Brentwood rowing team.
On September 19th, early in the morning, Brentwood high schoolers in the Nashville Rowing Club had their first rowing meet.
1, 2. It's really exciting because I've never been up here this early, and the water is just beautiful. And I'm excited because there's different people here, like from different cities, like Hunsville's here, and like we're going to be seeing so many different like varieties of people who I've never seen before.
Rowers and their parents agree that the success of the meet is owed to the coaches.
I think that Nashville Juniors, because of the excellent coaching, has really, really good chances of going far. The coaches just put so much time into it. They have the respect that they need from the kids, and as they respect the kids respect them.
Everybody is getting out for their first time for some real racing this year, and everybody's making a lot of improvements. That's the biggest thing. This is our first time racing against people other than our own team, so it's good for them to get out and take some strokes at a little higher rating, push themselves a little bit, see where they're at.
In the end, the rowers' results show the dedication of their coaches' training when students Owen Keneally and Cole Holfish won the men's pair.
Excited? Yeah. Awesome.
Rosie Gunger, WBHS 9 News.
Thanks, Reed. And late word that Brody Hasty not only won the state cross-country championship, but went on to finish 7th in the nationals.
Congratulations, Brody. Still to come, TV and film students take a trip to CMT.
And what it may have felt like for World War I soldiers, minus the bullets and artillery shells.
I'm gonna love you with all of my heart, and if there is no more time, there's always a man, even as the world spins a step apart. 'Cause I remember the day I waited so patiently for God to bring someone who's gonna be good to me.
Light your own candle. Call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-8255.
Be versatile. It's a message staffers at CMT kept saying over and over to Brentwood High TV and film students on a recent field trip. I was one of the 33 juniors and seniors who got to tour the country music television studios. We went inside an editing suite and found out it can take all day to produce a 15-second commercial. We met CMT host Cody Allen, who in addition to anchoring Hot 20 Country Countdown, is also on the radio every night. He and others kept telling us, there are no small jobs in broadcasting. Learn how to do a little bit of everything, both in front of and behind the camera.
Good advice. Brentwood High history teachers take their lesson on World War I outside the classroom.
We leave you today with video from trench warfare.
Thank you for joining us.
We will be united in our common interest. And you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. But as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night, we will not vanish without a fight, we're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.